So I made just under $15,000 last month, and I worked about 1 to 2 hours a week on my publishing business. And I'm going to break down exactly what I've been doing and how I was able to accomplish that in this video. So, hey everyone, my name is Emeka. If you don't know me, I don't do income report videos like this. So this is going to be a slightly different video than what I typically do. But I know some of you really love income report videos, and I do post every month an income update inside my school community. However, I just don't do it on YouTube just because I don't like doing these type of videos. I think they're dumb. But some of you like them. And so I thought, while I'm waiting for our coaching call to start in 20 minutes, why don't I just kind of film a quick little update and walk you through my dashboard, my ads for last month, and just some other really cool stuff as well. So let's kind of walk through it. And I have some notes on my phone, so I'll go through stuff, but like I said, it's going to be very unpolished. And so let's just do it. All right, so a couple things that you should know beforehand. So yes, sales for last month, you're going to see are like 12,400. You can see it right down here, clickety click, $12,400. And that's just from KDP. That's not including Lulu, Ingram, or ACX. So it should be like closer to like 14.5 or so. Not a ton coming from the other publishers, but around 14.5, just under $15,000. And that's not bad. It's not great. I'm not the best publisher by any means at all. I don't pretend to be, right? But, an extra 12 grand a month or so, I'll take it, especially from the amount of money or the amount of effort and work it takes when you get to this level. Keep in mind, I've been doing this for a bloody long time, like 8 years or so. So this is not going to happen right away. Those of you who are like just getting into the business. All right. I do have what's called a publishing manager, a PM, who works with me, and he runs my publishing business for me now. That is the reason I work 1 to 2 hours a week on it, because he does all the work for me and I pay him for that. So what does he actually do? Well, he helps monitor my ads. I also like to check in on my ads. The majority of the work that I do is looking at my ads just because I enjoy it. But he does the keyword research for us. He does he creates the title. He puts together the outline. He does he literally does all of that. He organizes our Fiverr people of, our contractors of who we're working with for videos and different things like that. So all of the aspects of the business is what he does. And this is the level of the business that you want to aspire to get to at some point. It will not take you a few months. It will take you at least a year or two, possibly 3, of learning how to do it yourself. And then you bring somebody on who can help run it for you. But it is really, really, really cool when it happens. We speak every Wednesday at like 11 a.m. It's like one of my favorite hours of the week because he gives me a full update on everything that's been going on in the publishing, in our publishing account, the good, the bad, the concerning, which we're going to talk about when I get to some of the ads here. I'm going to show you here in a second. But so anyways, so let's dive into ads for last week. Or sorry, not ads. Let's first go through the entire account so this is June and then July. So we have who cares about reads, ebooks? Who cares about paid ebooks? So we have audiobooks on here. It hasn't shown up, but as you can tell from my audiobook business, it's non-existent. So paperback sales were up 14% over last month. Hardcovers were down 2%. However, our income increased, which was cool. And the reason being is we did a price increase the last couple days in July for our hardcovers. And so I think that's why we were able to profit a little bit more, even though we sold a few less copies. Ad orders were up 18%. And our revenue was up 7%. Our spending was up 18%, which was not cool. We're not trying to scale in that aspect as of right now. And our net income remained pretty much identical to last month's. No big change there, just about $40 or so. But hey, it is what it is. It wasn't the best. And some of you, I get it. Like you're making like $1,000 right now, and you're like, oh, I'd kill for that. Totally can relate. I remember those days, 100%. Just keep working at it. You will get there eventually. Everybody does who doesn't quit, 100% of the time. So we're really doing some things with our ads, which I'll show you here in a second. And that's why our spending has been like a little wonky for the last little bit. So yeah, anyways, let me show you our ads and we'll kind of talk about that a little bit more in a second. So these are the ads from last month. I just refresh that. Okay, so these are the ads for last month. You can see here, obviously I have this blurred for obvious reasons, but so this is our number one book, I guess you would say, is our number one book. The break-even ACOS on this, I believe it's either 38 or 42. I can't remember the exact, but for the entire campaign, it's well below the break-even, which is nice. I usually have between 20 to 30% ACOS is the goal for these, for this, because that's just what I'm comfortable at. This is the book that we're doing the series of the videos on, right? So it's not at 10K yet. I'm going to be doing an update because it's actually really close. In fact, it might have passed that in the last 2 weeks or so. But I'll confirm with you guys about that. But see at 44%. So that's not like that's higher than it needs to be. Now, of course, and this is a little piece of gold here, right? We don't make any decisions based on the surface level stuff, right? We would actually have to go into that and see what are the, I'll just do it. We go in there, right? We go in there and we see, okay, well, what are the actual campaigns that are bringing us, right? So we have 43, a little too high for that, but it's a video campaign, so it's doing discovery. So it's okay to run a little bit high. We have 35%, still a little high, but better. 53%, I should probably take a look at that and get that down. 42%, we should probably get that down too. 55%, oh my God, I'm not being a good example. Then we have 30%, and this is another video campaign. This is a video ASIN campaign, it says. And so, but that's running really well. So that's exciting. 45%, that's a category. That's and only 4 sales and 58 clicks. So that's not obviously doing very well. And then we have a couple that are over 100%. And I don't even know what the hell they're doing. But I can tell you what I am doing is just turning that one off. So that's for the hardcover, keyword broad fix. I'm just going to turn that off because it's made 29 clicks, 1 order in the last month. So I don't need that type of loss right now. ASIN exact down. I'm not going to touch that yet. That would require me going into looking and seeing what are the actual, you guys, I just love teaching. I'm going to do it for you, even though I have a call I need to get on. But whenever there's an opportunity to teach, I just want to teach. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at this and we're going to see, okay, so 31 clicks, 1 order. And if we look at it's been 1 book that has 10 clicks and 1 sale at 38%. So it's actually, that's not too bad. We could probably drop the bids a little bit, but everything else, it's only 1 click, 1 click, 2 click, 4 click, 6 click, 7 click. So these just didn't get enough clicks for the entire month. So what we would do is we would just simply leave that alone. We would just leave it alone. We wouldn't even touch it because it didn't get enough data. It looks like it did, but it didn't when you actually go down a couple levels. And that's key when you're doing your ads. So I hope that makes sense to you, because that right there, what I just went through is the number one reason people screw up their ads. That's the number one reason. So, okay, 89%. Oh my God, 32%, not bad, a little high. Another video campaign or video category But okay, cool. Let's go back to our portfolios though. Take a look at what else is going on here. So this one is being run by the ad agency. And so it's running at a 30%. Now they're running it on the hardcover book only because the paperback got blocked because Amazon sucks. So we'll talk about that in a sec. So they're running at a 30%. So that's like pretty close to the break-even point on that. Now we did just increase the cost by a few dollars for that. So our margins did increase on that. So it'll be interesting to see what happens this month in regards to that ad, or yes, in regards to that campaign or that book. This is another book. Now the break-even ACOS for this book is 50%. Now this is my yoga book though, and it's just a horrible niche. I wouldn't advise anybody to ever get into it. It's just horrible. However, it wasn't ranked very well organically. So they've been a little bit, and they warned me ahead of time. They're like, yo, this is not going to look pretty for the first couple months that we work with this book. And so that's why I haven't given them a hard time, because they gave me a heads up that they're like, it's going to look ugly while we are doing what we need to do with it. So that's cool. Then we have, this is a coloring book actually. So 36%. The break even is 38%, right? So it's like right under there. But I bet if we go in there, we're going to see 42, 20% for my auto campaign for it. So that's running really, really well. We have a couple that, okay, this is a new video ad that we've been doing. So part of the reason that our ad spend was so much higher last month was because of actually this book, because we ran a whole bunch of videos to it. A whole bunch. Okay, I exaggerate. So we got 2 different videos, and then we ran like 6 ads in total, right? So for this video and this video, we're testing. And it's crazy the results that we've been getting, because some keywords that are working really well for video A are getting destroyed on video B. And it's so crazy. And the difference is music. One has music, one doesn't. And so it's been really cool. So we knew we were going to spend a little bit more because of that type of testing, but that's what you have to do if you want to be able to understand what's going to kick ass later on in a few weeks, in a few months for Q4. And that's the only thing that matters, because we will make up the money then with everything that we've learned right now. Okay, so I'm going to go back here. We're not going to keep diving into that. I have this one is like, I call it my brand ads for a specific niche. And it's only two ads I think I have it in. So they're profiting, not a ton. I could be a little bit stricter on those, but yeah. And then this one, I just sent this to my assistant, be like, yo, can you figure out what's going on here? Should I haven't looked at that campaign in like months, so I have no clue what's going on there, but I know the break even for that is probably closer to like 40% or like 38. So that needs some attention. And then, that's adorable. So cool. So anyways, so that's what is going on through my ads. So I hope that kind of gives you a little bit of insight on, real time, what's really happening with, a quote unquote 6-figure publisher, whatever you want to call it. What else can I show you that's kind of cool? Like we can also look at I think, what is it? Historical stats. And so this will show right? So this is kind of cool, right? And this is just up for the year so far, right? Gross royalties, 82,000, spend 34,000, net profit, 47,000. Now, I wish I had how many hours I've worked on this business since for the entire year, like per month and whatnot. I can tell you what I know for sure. I know I've probably never spent more than 20 hours a week on my publishing business all year. And I don't know what type of math we would need to do to figure out how much that is. Like say I spent 20 hours a week on the publishing business and it's netted me a profit of $47,000. Technically, we should be using the gross, right? But like if you do that math, that's absolutely insane, right? In fact, I'm gonna do that math for you guys right now. We're gonna figure this out together because I think it's a valuable lesson here for some of you or for everybody. Start flow. If I worked 20 hours a week on my publishing business and I have total gross royalties of $82,200 and total net royalties of $47,000, how much am I earning per hour for gross as well as net? And that's starting January and ending beginning of August, 20 hours a week. Let's get ChatGPT here. And all right, let's break this down. Okay. Okay. So it's the equivalent of working gross of working 100 or of making $135 per hour. $135 per hour. Net, it's equivalent of making $77 per hour profit. That's bloody awesome. And like I said, it's probably closer to 10 to 15 hours of work per week in the beginning before I didn't have my publishing manager. That's like bloody awesome. So when you think about the opportunity there, those of you who are just starting out and you're seeing this and you're like, I wish I could do this. This could be a dream. Like you could literally build this in less than 12 months. This you could build in 12 months because like if I show you my year over year stats, I swear to God, I'll show you this. Do not laugh. Okay. Here's where I was at last year at this point. The fuck? What am I looking at here? Okay. Okay. So here's, okay. Oh, the bad. Here's where I was last year at the last July. Last July, I made $631. Last July, I made $631 in publishing. Okay. This July, we made $6,600 in profit. Damn, that's crazy. So, like, 1 year, less than a year, can significantly impact everything in your life. So, yeah, no, that's really cool. That is cool. I've never actually looked at this before. That's nuts. And yeah, wow, right? That is really cool. It's probably the coolest part of the video, if I'm going to say, right? Just seeing the growth that's happened. And it's just, what were the changes? It was just learning. It was making mistakes. And it was, getting out of my own way, losing my ego. And just, it's like, okay, cool. That didn't work. This didn't work. Switch the niche. Okay, I found some traction. Doubled down on what was working. I found a winning topic and just started creating more books on that exact same topic, right? And boom, there you go. That's really cool. Really cool. All right, let's see what else I was going to share with y'all today. Okay, right. Another thing that's gone on is I lost my lawsuit with Amazon. It wasn't really a lawsuit, but they blocked one of my books. It was my second best-selling book back like a few months ago. It's made over $1,000 profit a month. It was a great book, okay? And they blocked it because they said it was too similar to another book, which we tried to argue. I spent over $8,000 with lawyer fees fighting them, and we got to like the final point, before we would go to court. Like it was like the highest level of fighting you can. The next step was like going to court with Amazon's lawyers, and I was like, I think we'll just cut our losses, okay? But that book is a $20,000 a year book, right? Like it was tough to kind of walk away from that because, well, it's an asset that makes about $20,000 a year. It was on a solid trajectory up when it got X'd. So that really, really sucks, but it is what it is. So we're not going to keep fighting. The mental energy for it, I was like, we'll just focus on other stuff and, produce other books and, whatever. But yeah, so I don't know. That's just it's just part of the business. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some, and you just have to know when you do get hit with an L like that, you just got to cut your losses and just move on to the next one. And that's exactly what we decided to do. As much as it it gets to a point where it's kind of like your ego's like, oh, don't just keep fighting them, keep fighting them, keep fighting them. It's like, oh, I don't know that. And it's like now we're approaching like 5 figures in fighting them, right? And it's a drop in the bucket for Amazon. So, but anyways, so the last thing I want to talk. Let's see if I had anything else. I don't think I had anything else I want to share with you guys. That's kind of like the biggest update I can really give you. So here is what I do want to share with you. If you want results like this, okay? If you want results like this, there's 2 ways we can do it, okay? One is through my paid program, which I am having a promotion for right now this week. It ends on whatever August, I don't know. It's whatever Monday's going to be is when it ends. And it's Tuesday, August 5th right now. So, my call's starting in like a minute. So it's my paid program. You can get into it. I'll bring it up here. It's $19.97. Right now, if you sign up, you get to bring a friend, another member from the community completely for free. So you get 2 memberships for the price of 1. So you can book a call with me. There's a link in the description. Book a call with me. We can chat. We can go over any details that you need to go over. And yeah, if you're not ready to invest, your next option is this. Sign up for the Publish and Profit 5-day challenge. Link in the description for that as well. Now, this is completely free. You'll learn the basics of how to build a publishing business. And you'll learn how to publish a book. And you'll be able to test out this business without having to pay a penny for anything. You also get access to the community. You can see we have our group coaching call starting in 1 minute. It is starting right now. It is live. I'm late, so I have to jump on there, everybody. But hey, I appreciate you following me. If you like this type of update, leave me a quick comment down below. Till next time, everybody. Peace.